Well, Chris, here's what we know and what we're seeing. Right now, officials with the state health department are here at the Lake Worth nursing home investigating this facility's compliance with health and safety regulations. Now, while they do that, the department asked MedStar to go ahead and come in and move all 63 patients to other area nursing homes. Now, moving that number of patients under any circumstances would be complicated, but MedStar says about half of them have tested positive for coronavirus, making this whole process much more of a challenge. So MedStar brought in a vehicle that carries 17 stretcher patients at a time, as well as rotating ambulance to transfer other patients. The state health department asked MedStar to move these patients to nursing homes with similar capabilities while it investigates the Lake Worth nursing home. MedStar spokesperson Matt Zavotsky says those facilities are aware these patients are coming from a nursing home where COVID-19 has been an issue, and they have agreed to take these patients in.
So everywhere that we're transporting these patients to have accepted those patients. They know that many of them are coronavirus positive, so they're going to be cared for, isolated, quarantined in certain areas, and they have the capacity to do that, which is why they're going to more than one facility.
A spokesperson for the state health department says with investigations like these, the department can revoke a nursing home's license or take other disciplinary action. Whether any of that happens here at this facility, it's still too soon to say. Now, MedStar says the big relocation effort is being done by its disaster response team, which is always on call for large-scale efforts like these, and so that these kinds of efforts can move forward without reducing the number of ambulances and first responders that are out on the streets responding to other emergencies. Chris, back to you.
All right, Eric.